Join me as I take on the challenge of completing my ultimate self-care checklist for 2024, step by step, and see if I can actually stick to it. In today's fast-paced world, self-care is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. With increasing demands on our time and energy, it's easy to put our own well-being on the back burner. But that's exactly why we need a comprehensive checklist to guide us towards a healthier, happier us. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. One of the biggest challenges people face when it comes to self-care is simply finding the time. We're all guilty of overcommitting and burning out, but what if I told you that self-care doesn't have to be time-consuming? In fact, most of the practices I'll be sharing with you today can be done in just a few minutes a day. The real challenge lies in making it a habit, and that's where this checklist comes in. Another obstacle people face is a lack of knowledge. We might know that self-care is important, but we're not always sure where to start or what practices will actually make a difference. That's why I've broken down the ultimate self-care checklist into categories that cater to our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Finally, there's the misconception that self-care is selfish. But let's be real, taking care of ourselves is the most selfless thing we can do. When we prioritize our own well-being, we become better partners, parents, friends, and family members. We show up more fully in our lives and are able to give back in meaningful ways. Moving on to the ultimate self-care checklist, let's start with physical well-being. This includes practices like drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, and incorporating movement into our daily routine. One actionable tip is to schedule a weekly workout class or activity that you enjoy, and treat it like any other non-negotiable appointment. By doing so, you'll be more likely to stick to it and make exercise a habit. Next up is mental well-being. This is all about managing our stress levels, practicing mindfulness, and feeding our minds with positivity. One of my favorite tips is to set aside 5 minutes each morning to meditate or simply focus on your breath. This sets the tone for the rest of the day and helps you stay grounded. When it comes to emotional well-being, it's all about nurturing our relationships, practicing self-compassion, and doing things that bring us joy. One tip is to schedule regular check-ins with friends and family, whether that's a weekly call or a monthly coffee date. This helps us stay connected and supported. Another crucial aspect of emotional well-being is learning to say no. I know it can be tough, especially if you're a people pleaser like me, but remember that saying no to others means saying yes to yourself. And that's what self-care is all about, prioritizing your own needs and desires. One of the most impactful self-care practices from the checklist is journaling. I know what you're thinking, it sounds tedious or time-consuming, but trust me, it's a game changer. By putting our thoughts and feelings down on paper, we process our emotions, gain clarity, and tap into our intuition. It's a powerful tool for self-reflection and growth. The key to making journaling a habit is to start small. Begin with just 5 or 10 minutes a day, and see how it makes you feel. You can write about your daily gratitudes, reflect on your experiences, or simply brainstorm ideas. The point is to make it your own and adapt it to your unique needs and style. Remember, the ultimate self-care checklist is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about experimenting, finding what works for you, and making it a sustainable part of your daily routine. By incorporating just a few of these practices, you'll start to notice significant improvements in your overall well-being. To recap, the ultimate self-care checklist is all about prioritizing our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. By incorporating these simple yet powerful practices into our daily lives, we can expect to feel more energized, focused, and fulfilled. Thanks so much for joining me on this self-care journey. If you have a favorite self-care tip or practice that you'd like to share, please leave it in the comments below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more content on self-care, personal growth, and mindfulness. Until next time, take care of yourself.